Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week in our Torah portion, we come to the conclusion of the book of Genesis, and we reach the end of the life of both Joseph and his father Jacob. And at the end, both of them engage in blessing their offspring. Jacob blesses his sons, and he also blesses a couple of his grandchildren. And in offering those blessings, I think there's much for us to explore and understand. Most primarily is, what is the nature of a blessing? What does it mean to bless somebody? How do we bless somebody? And what's the significance of a blessing? Too often in our world, we confuse offering a blessing with offering good wishes. I want you to do well in life. Is that a blessing or is that a wish? I want you to be healthy. Is that a blessing or a wish? Or we say, well, a blessing involves God, bringing God into the equation. May God watch over you and protect you. But that then also implies some interesting pieces with God. Do we then believe that God actually is watching over each of us individually? Is God that active? Does God have the ability to watch over all of us? And does God watch over us all the time? And if so, what's that say about the rest of our behavior? Is God watching us when we're eating and what we're eating? Is God watching us in how we interact, not just with those we love, but those who annoy us too? And so we're left with this really challenging question of, what is a blessing? Why are blessings so important? For me, the importance of a blessing is actually quite simple. When I offer a blessing, it is for me trying to connect a person or a time, or both, with something greater. So sometimes that blessing is about connecting with our ancestors and our tradition and our culture. Sometimes that blessing is connecting to the Almighty and something even greater yet. But always, always, the blessing is moving beyond myself, moving beyond the person for whom I'm offering a blessing, and saying, see the global side of it all, see the connectedness of it all, see that together, when we open our eyes fully, there is so much that's possible. I hope this Shabbat is a Shabbat of blessings for you, and that it's a time to not only give blessings, but also to receive blessings. And I hope you'll take the time to think about what is a blessing, and what differentiates a blessing from a good wish, and then spend time giving both blessings and good wishes as you see fit. Shabbat services this Friday evening at the temple will take place at 6 o'clock. Our Knesset Shalom singers, I take that back, our Shirat Shalom singers, our children's choir will be singing. The service will be led by Jesse and Jim Kerwitt with the kids, as well as by Jim Brule. I'll actually be in Florida officiating at a wedding for a cousin this weekend. Shabbat morning services are at 11, preceded by Talmud and text study at 9 and 10 respectively. And our film series continues on Tuesday with My Mexican Shiva, which is a fun, interesting movie, and I hope you'll have a chance to join us. And next Friday, the 20th, we'll join together with our friends at Temple Adith to celebrate Shabbat together. This originated last spring when members of Adith contacted me and said, we watched that you did a joint thing with Temple Beth Shalom last spring, and we want to do something jointly with you as well. And I smiled and said, that's a wonderful thing. We did a wonderful weekend with Beth Shalom and Cantor Gaston last spring, as you may remember, and it's good when our synagogues can come together and celebrate Shabbat or celebrate a wonderful speaker or musician or anything. And so Temple Adith asked if we were interested and willing, and I said of course we were, and so we're celebrating a Shabbat together with our choirs and with music and with a wonderful Shabbat dinner, and it promises to be a good evening, not just for each of us individually, but collectively for our community as well. I hope you can be there with us next Friday the 20th. Contact the temple office to put in a reservation, and enjoy the coming week of blessings, both giving and receiving. For now, Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.